Alright, the no BS guide to losing weight. Hi, my name is Hasib. You usually know me as the skinny guy who wants to gain weight. While I did achieve my goals and get stronger and bigger, I might have gone a bit overboard with it.
That's a tit!
So I decided it's finally time to cut down some weight, and now I look like this. While I am still a work in progress, I lost 9 kilograms over the course of 6 months, while at the same time maintaining muscle and strength. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can start doing it as well. Alright, so if you're like me and you're looking to lose weight, just understand that it's an easy process. It just requires you to get the basics right. And the first thing you get right starts right here, in the kitchen. Oh no, dieting, how boring. Yeah, but you still make a mess of it, so that's why we're here. Diet is key. If you're trying to lose weight, you need to remember this one golden rule. It doesn't matter what you eat. What matters is how much you eat. Duh. I know, it sounds pretty obvious, but there's more to it. When it comes to weight loss, calorie deficit is what matters. What that means is you eat less than what your body burns. Where these calories come from does not really matter. It doesn't matter if it comes through whole food sources, junk food sources, or even alcohol, although I'll put a slight disclaimer on alcohol. Keep in mind, this is talking from the context of losing weight. So theoretically speaking, I could eat pizza and Coca-Cola for like the entire month, but if I eat just the right amount, I can still lose weight without doing anything. Is that recommended? No, but is it kind of possible? Yeah. Now, I'm obviously citing an extreme example, and that's because I want you to understand that in order to lose weight, you don't have to eat organic, whole food, multigrain, gluten-free, lactose-free, fucking soy salads, alright? That's not how it works. Also, understand that there is no one specific food type that makes people fat. For example, some people say eating rice at night will make you fat. That's not true. Eating rice in the early hours is ideal from like a performance perspective, but in terms of weight loss, it doesn't matter what you eat and when you eat it. You can eat the foods you enjoy, but it all comes down to proper planning and moderation. So let's get that first part right. Planning. God damn, it got so dark so soon. Your goal is to get into a calorie deficit, which means in order to do that, you need to find out what your maintenance calories level is, which means how much you should be eating approximately a day in order to maintain your weight. In order to do that, click the link in the description box below. It'll take you to an online TDEE calculator. TDEE stands for Total Daily Energy Expenditure. Once you go there, add a few basic details, and then it'll give you a number. Now, this number is an approximation, but you can basically use it as a tool to gauge how many calories you need a day. And boom, you have your daily calorie goal for the day in order to start losing weight. Now, once you get this number, your objective is to not exceed this number when it comes to eating. Understand this, 1 pound or half a kilogram of body fat is roughly equal to 3,500 calories, which means you have to burn about 7,000 calories in order to burn 1 kilogram of body fat. So if you start with a 300 calorie deficit, what's gonna happen is you're gonna start losing weight at a rate of 1 kilogram roughly every 3 weeks. Also keep in mind that this is only through your diet alone. We haven't even touched exercising or increasing your calories through increasing your activity. Now to tackle the second part, moderation. Once you get your calorie goal, you can eat whatever you want as long as it fits within your calorie goal. Keep in mind that a gram of carbohydrate or protein has about 4 calories each, while a gram of fat has 9 calories. Also, a gram of alcohol has 7 calories. So, whatever food you eat, the calories that make it up is going to be a combination of these 3 macronutrients. Alcohol is not a macronutrient, it's more of like an empty calorie source, but if you do consume alcohol, you need to count it in as well. And also, this does not apply to cooked weight. Like for example, if you cook 100 grams of rice, that doesn't mean it has 100 grams of carbohydrates. It only has about 28 grams of carbohydrates, which means the total calories in 100 grams of rice is 120 calories. The rest, well, that's mostly waste. Fun fact, that's what your shit is made of. You get the point. Eat whatever you want, don't exceed the calorie goal. In order to make things easy, you can use a free-to-use app called MyFitnessPal. Just download it. Once you get it installed, you can add in your goals in this page right here. You can also, every day, basically search for the food items that you're eating. If you don't find the food item in the search bar, what you can do is actually take a picture of the barcode in whatever you're eating, and that will most of the time give you the nutritional information. Or you can just manually create your food item from scratch. Now, if you don't have a smartphone, you can just use what I did when I was younger and didn't have a smartphone. You can just use a journal and then just Google the items or just check the label and then just track it in your journal. Now, you might be thinking, Hasib, is it actually realistic to keep tracking my food every single day? No, that's why you don't do it for long. You just do it religiously for like 2 weeks so that you get an idea of how much 100 calories of a certain food looks like. For example, I know this spoonful is what equals 100 grams. So I don't need to necessarily track it, but now I get an idea of how much I'm eating because I've tracked it before, if that makes sense. Now, a bit of personal advice. When you've got your calorie goal and you're trying to fit foods into it, try to get your calories in through as much whole foods as possible. While you can eat anything and still lose weight, understand that processed junk food is going to be always high in saturated fats and sugar, which means a small amount of junk food is always going to be really high in calories. So if you eat junk food all the time, what's going to happen is you're going to overeat, number one. Or what you find is if you try to stick to your calorie goal, you're going to eat so less that you're going to eventually feel hungry. Also, constantly eating junk food and sugary foods will spike your insulin levels, which make you crave even more junk food. So while having them occasionally, let's say once a week or maybe twice a week at most, is not going to be detrimental to your fat loss goals, having it every day is definitely going to be unsustainable. This is what I meant by moderation. All right, let's talk about the second basic thing you need to get right, and that's exercise. Walking. Look at this boy. Come. Let's go. Now let me introduce you to the number one reason as to why people end up being a chubby mess in the first place. NEAT. Now, NEAT stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which is a researcher's way of saying any sort of activity that is done subconsciously, which in the real world basically translates to any activity you do besides exercising in a gym or doing a sport. Now, this can vary from walking to strolling to standing up and cooking food or fidgeting or even like dancing to your favorite tunes. Now, this might sound very insignificant, but it's actually a heavily researched side and is the number one reason as to why people end up being a bit overweight, which according to research can vary all the way from 0 calories burned through NEAT to 600 depending on the person. God damn, dude, look at all these bats. Look at that. See, what happens is as human beings, we've become reliant on technology, and whether it's through working a desk job or just ordering food in, we just become way more stationary than usual. So what that does is it puts our NEAT count quite low. Then, over time, you slowly start racking up weight because you're not as active as before. How do you fix this? Well, the first thing is you get actively active. Now, while you can't technically completely control your NEAT levels, what you can do is consciously start adding in a few sessions of exercises, which is not strenuous at all, but just keeps you active. Now, I recommend a 40-minute walk every day done in 2 20-minute sessions, one in the morning, one in the evening. But for you, it doesn't have to be walking. It can be something you enjoy, which could be dancing, swimming, cycling, etc., etc. Hey, no pat. I don't pat. Don't pat. Fun fact, 40 minutes of walking a day is equivalent to 200 calories burnt, which means if you walk every day for 40 minutes for 3 weeks, you're going to burn about half a kilogram every 3 weeks, which is pretty good considering you're doing nothing but just walking for 40 minutes. Now you combine this with your diet, all of a sudden you'll have a 500 calorie deficit every day, which means every 2 weeks you're going to start losing weight at a rate of 1 to 1.5 kilograms, which is pretty good because you're just getting that from controlling your diet and controlling your activity level. Gonna go ahead. Look at him, he's a bit he's now less enthusiastic because this is another dog's territory. You're coming. You're not gonna run? Look at him, sniffing everywhere. He doesn't want to come this side. Come. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's talk about about the third thing we need to fix. Now, one of the most common problems people have is that, Haseeb, I lost all the weight, but I gained it all back. Is there a way to lose weight and keep it off me while I can enjoy eating the foods I normally eat? Well, actually, there is one, and that is building some damn muscle. It's simple. Muscle is basically a bunch of cells, and cells are living things, which means your body needs extra energy in order to sustain new muscle. So now, after building new muscle, you can eat more but still expect to maintain the same level of weight. This is known in the industry as body recomposition. Basically, you change the ratio of fat to muscle in your body, raising its metabolism up, therefore giving you the ability to eat more and still stay lean. The final step is consistency. Now, the first 3 steps will eventually get you leaner, but it'll only work if you do the 3 steps consistently for at least 12 weeks. You first fix your diet, then you go for 40-minute walks every day, and then you train 3 times per week on muscle building, and do that for like 12 weeks. Eventually, you're going to start seeing changes. And when you start seeing those changes, it's like a snowball effect. You're going to start seeing a lot of progress, changes in the mirror, and then you're going to motivate yourself. You're going to start dieting even more, training even harder. Those first 12 weeks will lead to another 12 weeks where you look completely different at the end of it. So make sure you start, be disciplined for the first 12 weeks, just drag your ass through it, and I guarantee you, you will come as a changed person at the end of it. That's pretty much it. Follow these 4 steps and good luck on your weight loss journey. Also, if you want to know how I specifically ate in order to make sure that I lost all my weight, watch this video right here. If you want to know how to start building muscle, you need to watch this video right here. Alright, see you next time with another video. Bye. I still don't know how to exit a video, dude. It's embarrassing.